You're talking about taking a break with the family. Now you're talking about taking a break with the spouse. You got to take a break for yourself. You got to create you a spot, a space, a man cave. Your homeboys do a guy's weekend trip. You know, you got to create a space for yourself.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of Dads on Purpose, the podcast, man. I'm your host, Josh Ashford. And as always, got the big homie, Kevin Brigance. KB,
what's up, baby?
Yeah, I didn't even get to get it out. Like,
let's go, man. It's been too long. I'm ready. Skip the introduction. Let's get to the topic.
Look, we have a podcast come out every Friday at noon, Central Standard Time, noon. But what y'all don't know is that we be back ordering episodes sometimes. And so we ain't recorded in like 3 weeks, right? And so we ain't been on the podcast. We had phone conversations, whatever, but we really ain't been on the podcast. So Kev is just like he's like
ready.
Let me loose. Yo, but usually we have 3 people on here, man, and we had some fire guests, but life happens, and they'll be on. They'll probably be on the next one, or they coming. We have to reschedule. They're gonna be fire, but me and Kev gonna hold it down tonight, man. So that's really where we're at, guys. So it's just gonna be me, Kev. So if y'all go back and listen to episode 1, you'll see how we get down. Or y'all listen to the no, it wasn't. That was the only one we did by ourselves, right?
That was the only one we did by ourselves, bro. That was the only episode 1.
I tried to watch it. Yo, I'm saying episode 1 like we've been doing this a long time. This is like episode 25 or something. We're in the 20s. But I'm like, yo, that episode was rough. That was yeah. I mean, it was good. It was good, but it was rough. But anyways, man,
that's all that matters. We got started. That's all that matters.
Man, yo, so check this out. This is what I want to talk about tonight. So today. So this is how dedicated we are, y'all. We're recording this Thursday night, and it's coming out Friday afternoon. So as soon as we get off of here, I got to edit this joint and get it ready so y'all can hear it because, I know y'all miss our voice. But listen, so listen, man. I get down sometimes, right? Like not like woe is me, but I'm so used to grinding and always being like, go get it. Like I'm so accustomed, like, or wired to like, yo, I always got to go get it. So like, if I'm taking a break, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like you need to be making money. You need to be hustling or something like that. And I remember was it DJ, right? Yeah. When we talk about emotional health, or mental health and things like that. Yeah, man. And so I really want to talk about like because as dads, and traditionally, not always, because there's some whites out there that's really holding it down. Traditionally, dads are the breadwinners. So you're working all the time, and you sacrifice, the time with your family, for money. And traditionally, the women, the wives in your lives, what I'm saying? Like they'll sacrifice going to, be successful in their career or whatever. But some can have it all. A lot of them can't. But what I want to know is like, Kev, like how do you find time for yourself, man? Because I know that's so important because like, bro, I'll be going and going and going. And then when I get a break time, I'm like, yo, like I shouldn't be resting. Like there's this grind culture out there. Yeah. And I'm not a part of it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like working.
I don't think that it's about, I think it is. I think we have to have a shift. Yeah. And I know our guy, Gary V, he always talks about it all the time. He's like, man, you got to have 8 hours to sleep. Like he's preaching sleep is the most important thing for you. Rest is the most important thing for you. We've been talking about, Gary V. Yes, he takes off. He goes to sleep. He doesn't. Like he believes sleep is like the most important thing that we should be doing. That grind life, waking up working all night is not. Some people can do it, but it's not for everybody. as an entrepreneur myself and working, although it's community work or social entrepreneurship, it's still entrepreneurship. It's a business. And you have to, you're grinding at the beginning to figure it out. I think at the beginning you're grinding to figure it out. What are our processes? What are the things that we can put into place? Automation. Once we figure out where we're going, you know what I mean? It's those type of things that we should be growing as entrepreneurs, as fathers, as business individuals, so that we can give ourselves leeway. If I can do something that's automated, if I can set up things that are automated, or if I can even just set up a calendar that says, okay, January, I'm grinding. February, I'm observing, putting new things together. March, we're releasing some new stuff. Like, we have to start putting ourselves on some type of schedule. And now I've learned that over time. Many of us that listen to the podcast are Christians, right? And the Bible says on the seventh day, he rested. But some of y'all just want to go straight past that seventh day and get to, some more grind and some more work. But we got to have rest. We got to have peace. But
I don't want to miss that real quick, because like you said, a lot of us are Christian. And somebody, man, I don't remember who the sermon was that I was listening to it, bro. But he was talking about, yes, on the 7th day God rested, but he created man on the 6th day. And so what's so dope about that is that man was created on the 6th day. Or was that Josh that said that? Man was created on the 6th day. And so the next day, on the 7th day, God rested. So man knew rest first before anything else. Before anything else, man knew rest.
That's
like
crazy,
that just was like,
bro.
But listen. So we're talking about grinding and things like that, man. But my thing is like, how do you not feel bad about taking a break? Because that's the space that I'm in, trying to really like accept, I guess the word is I don't feel bad when I'm just like, you know what, it's 2:00, I'm gonna go and water my plants.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or it's 2:00, I'm gonna take a nap because I know my kids are coming home at 5 and I want to make sure I have enough energy, and I ain't gonna make it right now.
Yeah. And I think you added the self-awareness to that. Does that make sense? I know it's 2:00, so I need to go and do this. I think sometimes, number one, we don't give ourselves enough credit. So what did I do? Because, man, I've grinded for 10 years. Like, I've grinded for 10 years.
That's why you ain't got no hair.
But I've grinded for 10 years to learn and do the work that I did. And one of the things that I realized in that grind is we never take a time to sit back and say, what have I done? Where have I gotten to? So I feel guilty for stopping because I don't even know how far I've gotten or how far I am now. And so I've been stuck in this wheel of grinding. Now that I have an opportunity to rest, it's like, what do I do? Because all I've been doing is putting in that work. And when I don't have an opportunity, or when I'm not putting in that work, I feel guilty because I know I should be working. Does that make sense? But I think that sometimes when we do get to a pause, and we do feel guilt, start thinking about the stuff that you've done. Like, bro, you started a business. Think about everybody who's sitting there talking about, man, I wish I could start a business. Think about the first sale that you made, and it was just like, great. Think about the milestones that you made. You deserve to rest. You deserve to take some time off.
I don't know if you deserve to rest and take some time. I don't know, man. And maybe I'm jaded on that or something like that. Or maybe I just like, I don't know. Like that's my thing, Kev, is like that's what I'm struggling. So that's why I want to talk about, because I do struggle with this. And I find you talk about celebrate the small steps, celebrate the little wins and things like that, which I believe we absolutely should. But I get caught up in not celebrating those because I'm like, is that something to really celebrate? And I guess it really depends. You know what I'm saying? So like when you talk about, yo, bro, you started a business. I'm like, well, I've started a lot of businesses. Part of the problem, I've started a lot of businesses. Yeah, I mean, and so it's just like, oh, bro, you got your first sale. Oh, you know what? That's not that. So, I mean, so for example, like shout out to Jamal King. I'm in his Make Real Estate Real course. No shade, no tea, no nothing like that to anybody in the group. But people are like, yo, I got my LLC set up. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm doing that. Like, I'm getting my bank account started. And I'm like, well, that's step one. Like, that's what, like, as soon as you join, you should have did that. And And I'm like I said, no shade, no tea at nobody or anything like that. But like to me, that's not a big accomplishment. But I guess to someone else, like, yo, like that is major. Like, I don't know what they've been through, if they've been through some trauma, some struggles. I don't know what their life has been like, but I'm like, I guess, like you said, it is really just being self-aware and knowing yourself, man. Because I'm like, starting the LLC, I was like, yo, that's a call to the lawyer, and telling them like, this is the name I want.
Yeah,
paying the invoice. and I say it that way, but again, I'm not trying to minimize anybody's, because that's a big step to some people.
Yeah, and I think my next question would be like, so what are our goals? What are the goals that we're setting up for ourselves? A lot of people, bro, a lot of us, especially fathers, man, we in the hamster wheel. We're running. Like, we just running. We know bills got to get paid. We know the kids got to get picked up. We know the wife got to be taken care of, and we're running. But there's no milestone. There are no goals. There's no identifiers to say that we're on the right track, right? So I think for a lot of us, there needs to be some identifiers for you to rest, bro. You deserve the rest. You deserve to take some time for yourself. Everybody does. I beat my wife up. My wife is an educator. She's a dedicated educator. She come home. I'm like, put that down. Why? Because you deserve to take some time out for yourself. And I know great educators, they don't do that. I'm listening to you.
If you didn't finish that statement, like, I was like, it's like, I beat my wife up. I was like,
no.
I was
like, hold on. No, but I get onto her because she deserves to rest. You work hard all day long. You do even when I give her space to do extra at home, you deserve some time to come home and just be with your kids. Like, and that should be a milestone. I think that should be like, bro, I've been working 2 jobs lately. Yeah, right. I've been going.
Crack. Yo, and for y'all that don't know, let me tell you about Mr. Kevin Brigance. This man, I don't know how he cracked his phone. I don't know how he cracked it. I don't know what happened. I don't even care. I ain't asked him to this day. So this man brought out the Nokia brick phone. Might as well. It was an iPhone 6. He was playing Snake on that boy. Bro. I'm like, that's really why we haven't done a podcast, because Kevin had his phone. But keep going.
but man, like, well, I think we all deserve rest. I think we need to have milestones set up. Like I was saying, I've been working 2 jobs, bro. And one of the things that I've noticed is I'm missing the milestone of catching Kendall before she gets into bed. So for me, it's what's a priority for you? What's a priority for you? Is being with your kids a priority? And what are you willing to do? Is getting rest a priority for you? And what are you willing to do to make sure you get the rest that you need? Taking time off, is that a priority for you? And I believe, Josh, that we all work in different seasons. Like, you have a season of your own. So maybe you can do 3 or 4 months without a break, and then take a break, take a 1 week to yourself, take a day to yourself, take a weekend to yourself, and then get back on the grind. Maybe you need to do 6 months, and figure that out. But I think we gotta include the spouses in there too. And I know everybody ain't married, everybody ain't booed up or whatever, but we gotta include the spouses, because listen, I'm so trash. Like, I'm sure not as bad as I am, bro.
I'm so trash. So like, I was talking to Ali, bro. Ali Perry, he was on the podcast before. Y'all can listen to it. It's like episode 7 or something like that. It's called Side Hustle. Check it out. But I was talking to Ali, and Ali is really big in real estate investments. And so his goal is 600, I think it's like 634 doors, apartment doors in like 4 years or something like that. And so I got a little bit of cash, a little bit of dollars, and I was like, "Yo, Ali, like, what can we do? Like, how can I move this and whatever?" So, talking to him, we talked about some potential investments and things like that. I was like, "All right, bet." I was like, "But here's my problem." I was like, "Wifey want to take a vacation," and I told her, I was like, "Yo, we can't take no vacations till we flip 2 properties." And he was like, I don't think. I was like, "Yo," I was like, "Ali," I was like, "How do I get her to get on board with me and what I'm trying to do?" And he was like, You don't. And I was like, all right. He's like, yeah, you don't. He's like, you find somewhere in the middle. And so that's really, like I said, that's why I said we got to include our spouses in that, because
Definitely.
They're not, they are their own people, rightfully so. And they had a whole life before most of us, you know what I'm saying? Unless you like married your middle school sweetheart or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I met my wife in college. So like we had a whole 17 years before we even knew each other. And then 30 years before we even started dating. So like I'm a whole person, whole 2.5 people before I done met you in this capacity. And so she has her own ideas and what she wants to do. And in no shape or form is my wife like me. That she doesn't think like me. I'm like, yo, we need to be eating ramen. We need to be stacking chips. And she's just like, I need to go to Target. And
Yep. And then wait, then you're gonna get to the baby need clothes, the baby need dance shoes, the baby need tap shoes. Bro, it's coming.
Tell me why she came home from dance class with a new pair of shoes and a Target bag. And I'm like,
where this come from?
But anyways, include your spouses in there. Because they're not always gonna be on the same page.
Include, and I got something to add with that too, bro. Consult the spouse. Like really figure out what that break looks like. Like for
what does that look like for you? What does consult look like for y'all? Do you write her a note? Do you send her a text message? Do y'all have FaceTime meetings or what? I don't know.
No, we just, bro. You know how I am. Yo, what's up? like, let's talk about it. Or even talking about planning for breaks, right? So that's how. Because I try to keep our man. I'm from Houston, so all my family is in Houston. So at the beginning, I tried to include our break with our family. Yeah. So and it was cool. Like we would go to the lake house. We would do destination vacations as a family together, and then. As we were talking about our next vacation, that's when she was like, you know what? I enjoy the family thing, but what I really need is us. I need just me, you, and Kendall. I don't care where we go. I don't want nobody else. Not that she is, not like my family or anything, but that's what she absolutely desires to have. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to go a step further. After that conversation, what I recognized after having kids, talking to the dads, talking to the fathers, after having kids, you and your spouse need to get away together. You know what I mean? To rekindle what it was like before. What it was like before.
As ET says, your bride.
Yeah.
Your bride.
But we do, and we really need to consider those things, because I think sometimes our idea of a break, our idea of a vacation, our idea is sometimes totally different than the wifey's or the spouse. And we gotta, as we're thinking about ourselves, right? Because watch this. You're talking about taking a break with the family. Now you're talking about taking a break with the spouse. You got to take a break for yourself. You got to create you a spot, a space, a man cave. Your homeboys do a guy's weekend trip. You got to create a space for yourself, because we're talking about the pressure and taking on manhood and life and being a father. And we have to also be in a space to where we can just be ourselves again, be men again. I just need to be KB. I don't need to be husband. I don't need to be father. I don't need to be mentor. I don't need to be.
What do you do to take that break? Like, what is your breakaway? Relax.
I'm a simple guy. So for me, for me, I could just have a day and walking on the trail and just having the rest of the day to myself, calling up my boy Jay Hill, and we taking road trips, it's the day trip, bro. Just going to Austin.
You and Jay Hill don't need to go nowhere. You and Jay Hill don't need to go nowhere. And if y'all know who Jay Hill is, go listen to the Christmas episode, because we had Jay Hill on the show. And they don't need to go nowhere. Come on, big kicking it.
But big kicking it, man. And so and I'm a family person. So that's why we have to understand who we are. What makes you tick? And I think, Josh, sometimes when we feel bad about taking that break, it's because when we're off, we don't know what to do with ourselves. We don't know, we just all right, well, I could be working, but I need to be off. You know what I mean? You was about to say something, bro?
No. I mean, I was just like, I feel that, like, when you said don't feel bad about it, you know what I'm saying? Like when you was talking about, like, just take your breaks and do you. And I'm just like thinking about like all the things that I do to like really like what is that peaceful time for me? Like I mentioned it, like I like to garden. Yo, I don't know what I'm doing when I'm gardening. I have absolutely no idea, bro. I put some fertilizer in the grass today, right before it rained, and I felt really, really good. And Eric, my wife, was like, "Good job," and I was like, "I have no idea what I'm doing." I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work. I don't even know what it's supposed to do. But the guy at Lowe's told me that I need to fertilize my lawn, so I'm out there fertilizing my lawn. And bro, I got a rose bush that I think is growing. I water it every other day. I don't know how often I'm supposed to water it, but those are things that like bro, like I have no idea what I'm doing, man. But I get so much like peace and like just like recharge from doing those things, man. And I'm just like, you really have to be self-aware. Like we keep coming back to this. We keep coming back to you have to be self-aware. Like in order to really figure out like, okay, what are your SMART goals? Because we were talking about it. You kind of alluded to it, but you didn't say it. Like we got to have a plan. We got to have some goals. And I was like, okay, we need some SMART goals because in order to celebrate those milestones, we got to know what those milestones are. Yeah. And so how do we know what these are if they're not whatever SMART means? Like something measurable, attainable, realistic, time-based. What does S stand for?
Specific.
There we go. Yeah. Anyways, y'all look them up. Y'all know what SMART goals are.
Y'all know what they are.
Y'all know what them things are. But no, man, I think if we're not setting SMART goals, like how do we know when to celebrate?
Exactly.
Like, I watch a lot of Formula One. I love Formula One. My wife and I, we love Formula One. Shout out to Lewis Hamilton, 7-time world champion, only black dude. But a lot of times it's like 50 laps in a race. And if you start celebrating after 45, like
anything can happen in the last 5.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you know when to celebrate if you don't have the mark? Like, there's obviously a mark in the races, but I'm like, yo, okay, well, what are the races in our life? What are the races in our job? What are the races in, fitness or something like that? Like, is it, you know what I mean? Like, and so that's just what I'm thinking about all that. I'm rambling, but
and also too, even with the vacation and taking the time off, like you gotta plan for that. I mean, I know some great travelers, bro. Like when I say I know some great travelers, they plan their vacations where they spend like, if I could just figure that out for me, you know what I mean?
Wait, what you mean?
Like they're able to find great deals. They're able to find great hotels. They know when to fly. They know when to go to certain places. Like, to me, if you plan out your vacation, because that's another thing why most people don't take vacation is because it's expensive. It feels expensive. You're paying for your hotel room. You're paying for travel to get there. You're paying for the food. You're paying for. So does that?
I like to fly first class. So.
Look, you got to fly first class.
Bro, listen, have you flown first class?
No, you know what, bro? Never.
Listen.
Bro, we're in Texas, and the only place I really flew a whole lot was from Dallas to Houston.
I don't care. Listen, if you don't do anything else in your life, fly first class. And I'm not even on like some bougie stuff or anything like that, bro. But here's the thing: like, one, I'm a big exposure, and so when you expose yourself to the fact of like that life, like I don't even care who sees me board on first, but getting on the plane and going straight to your seat, getting comfortable sitting down, having Miss Lady or Mr. Man bring you my whiskey before we take off on the flight, and then once you're up there and you nice and cozy, and then you get off first. So you ain't waiting for 50, 11 people to get up there, man. And so, man, I'm a big fan of flying first class, not even on some materialistic stuff, but just like being exposed and like once you do it, you're not gonna want to fly any other way. I remember we went to Atlanta, and me and my wife, and at the time we only had one daughter. We all flew first class. I think it was like, bro, it was like $300 more a ticket, so it was like $600 more round trip.
Yeah,
and I'll never forget because the dude made me mad. I'll never forget. Like me and my wife are sitting down, and I have my daughter in my lap, and he's just like, "Oh, you spoiling it real early, huh?" No, first of all, Preston, don't come for me because I ain't sent for you. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I'm real big on that exposure. And so that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, you good.
Man, if you haven't flown first class, man, that is a treat. And I get it. Some people ain't never flown before. Y'all just get on the plane, get in where you fit in, man.
No, yeah, man.
But if we're talking about planning for trips, that might be something that you want to talk or look into. It's like, yo, like plan to get that. Because at the end of the day, man, some of these places, like even if you go to Atlanta, if you go to Houston, bro, I mean that's like an extra $150.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
right.
it's a 50-minute flight. Hey, not test the waters.
Enjoy for that.
You ain't gotta get the international boy.
Right.
We're looking at going to Hawaii, and I think first class tickets are like $1,700 round trip.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be $3. I don't know, man. I don't know if we're gonna keep the little one in my lap for 8 hours. So that might be 4 tickets.
Yeah.
Because she likes to move. But what I'm saying is now that I'm plan, I'm like, okay, I know how much I need.
Exactly.
And so
exactly.
Y'all ain't got to jump in and do that. And look, I'm gonna be real. I ain't got it. But I know how much it costs. So
I know what it's gonna take for me to get there. And see, you know what, too, though, bro? The exposure part is really, really good because we drove to Las Vegas. I didn't realize how much. Yeah, bro. We drove to Las Vegas. We drove.
What kind of car?
Texas. It was a van.
Okay,
I can't remember.
Doesn't matter.
It was
that's
a Dodge. Fine. I don't know.
As long as it wasn't like a Honda.
Yeah, Accord. But. Oh, no, bro. No, we weren't gonna be able to make it. But we drove, and that exposure of me, because we've gone places like California.
Yeah.
We've drove to Florida as kids, but me being actually in a driver's seat, driving sparked even more interest in me to want to do it. Like now, I want to get an RV. I want to drive the whole East Coast. I want to drive the whole West Coast because and the only thing for me is because I'm a history buff. I'm a history, like I want to see what the country and the parts of the country, and you don't get to see that flying. Yeah. But if I never took that opportunity to try it, and I think what happens too with vacation or taking time, because that's what we're talking about, is that we got to try stuff. I remember when I first got out of a long-term relationship by myself, being by myself, I have never eaten out by myself. Like, go to a restaurant, sit at a table by myself, and eat. I've never done that.
What?
Bro,
I go to the movies by myself. But
see, I had never, but we're talking about taking time. We're talking about, so I had to expose myself to that. And once I did it, oh, bro, you give me a busy food court at the mall, I'll sit there all day, man, just sitting there watching people. But we have to figure out what are those things. Josh, you said something very important. You became a gardener. You know what I mean? You became a gardener. You found number one, you accomplished a huge goal, which was purchasing a home because you've never had a home for yourself. But then in that, you found your peace, your serenity in that. The question is, how will you make time for that? Does it make sense? Like, okay, you enjoy it. You know that it's something you have joy doing. You, man, spending tons of time in Lowe's to figure things out. But then how are we going to fit in time within the week? How are we going to fit in time within the month? How are we going to fit in time within a year in order for us to get that time in? And I think that's the most important thing, is that we got to start fitting time in. We got to start using the schedule. And as we learn ourselves, we need to learn what our seasons are. You know, there's a season for us to grind. There's a season for us to rest. There's a season for us to learn. There's different seasons that we can be in. And sometimes we're trying to take a break in a grind season. You know, you have to understand your seasons. You got to understand where you are. My seasons, spring, fall, spring, that's my grind season. I get a 2-week maybe window before summer, and that's another grind season for me. Kids are out, they have nothing else to do, they looking for programs and stuff. I need to be grinding during that time. Then I take a little time before August, because August kicks back, we kicking back in, so that's another opportunity for me to rest. But then when fall hits, I'm back grinding, you know what I mean? So you gotta even, especially entrepreneurs, know your business, know what your, how your seasons in your business flow, and then plan accordingly to those seasons in your business. And believe it or not, my family has a season.
That's what I was about to say, man, you got to think of your family as being an entrepreneur, as a business too, not in the sense of, making money or whatever, but
in a sense of taking time together, in a sense of your kids growing. I can beat Kendall up from August to December about one task, but
bro, you gotta stop leaving these open-ended phrases.
But y'all know what I mean, man.
I could beat Kendall up for 25 episodes to September, but after September, I can't beat her up now. I'm just playing.
No, but I'm trying to implement some things in her. But in January, all of that stuff that I've been trying to teach, I don't know what happened, but it just it just kicks in, bro, and it never fails. Every year, bro. Every year. We do it every year. In January, February, she matures. So her maturity season is in January, February. So now what I try to do is I try to implement new things to her in the fall and then see it come to fruition in the spring. So everybody has a season. Your marriage has a season. You know what I mean? And we have to be in tune with where we are in that season. We don't fall out of love. This is like, I need my space right. My man, my wife.
No. You gotta date your wife.
Yeah, you gotta date your wife, but then also there are times where you do need time away, to go and be, Josh. She needs time away to go. Man, my wife needs time away, go be Delina, and sometimes I have to be the one to orchestrate that. Y'all heard that? Sometimes I have to be the one, man. I be in her phone like, hey girls, what y'all up to? All right, bet I'm sending Delina. Bye. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what you're doing?
Oh, bro. I've had, because as a husband.
But then that mean I got the kids. I'm just kidding.
Oh, there you go.
Look, that's why I be like, hey, mama, you want to come watch these kids? Okay, I love you. I got
look, you babysitting. But I think it's important. Like you said, we have to be in tune with our spouse, and you have to. I mean, I think it's really great when a husband can say, you know what, my wife is stressing out. I know what she needs, and go make that happen. Whether it's with girlfriends, whether it's, one of the things that I'm trying to, don't tell her. One of the things I'm trying to set up is that she really wants to have a hotel weekend by herself. Just so she can go to the spa, so she could just lay in a bed and be, you know what I mean, just chill. You know what I'm saying? But those are the type of things I think we need to be in tune with our spouses. So both of us, because what happens is that she starts noticing, you going to the cigar bar with your homeboys, that's cool and all, but what about me? What about you? Always going for yourself, but can a sister get something?
Do you want to go to the cigar bar by yourself? No, but man, that's real. And that, I don't think I've ever thought about it like that. Like me being the one to orchestrate it. And I don't know if that's a selfish thing or if that's just not something that I think about. I think about like, don't be saying that. I think about sending my wife to, like going to send her off to go get massages and things like that. Yeah. But then I forget. And then I'm like, because I really don't have no problem with watching the girls. Like, I don't have no problem watching the girls or holding my kids or parenting my kids. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't know the real words, but they're going to flame me up somewhere, so I don't care. But I think that, man, it is so that's refreshing to hear, because I don't think about that. Like, I don't think about, like, I know my wife needs time to herself, but I don't think about me being the one to orchestrate that. And I don't know how thin these walls are, man. She might be listening. She might be sitting there. Let me check my text message real quick. She might be like,
you know what I want.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Like I already know the massage place.
Right.
I know the masseuse. Right. Actually, I know my masseuse. My masseuse is a little Hispanic lady named Maria. She ain't nothing but like 5'2", bro. But she'll get in there with
digging in.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But I think, man, that is so important for us to be in tune with our spouses and to understand their needs and not just understand them, but understand that, like, yo, sometimes they're not gonna do it for themselves. Like we got to be the ones to do it. Like
definitely,
we got to go ahead, grab the phone. We got to make the plans. We got to organize the girls. We got to hit them all up. Like, you might not all have their numbers, but you friends with them on Facebook, because once you get married and whenever y'all was dating, then all her homegirls was like, oh, who is this? And so they friended you on Facebook and you ain't never hit them back. And so now you just be like, hey, what's up, girl? Like, you want to go, you know what I'm saying? Like, she need a break.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's understanding your spouse, because I understand my wife. My wife is not she don't want to be on the phone. She'll text you sometimes, but like you have to, I sometimes have to be the one to encourage that to happen, because we're homebody people and we're okay with that. Yeah. But that's when you understand yourself, your family, and how your seasons with your family run, how your household run. What does your family need? And I know it seems like we're asking a lot of you dads to take care of yourself, take care of your kids, and have to take care of your spouse. But I guarantee you, if you start stepping in just a little bit with helping your spouse get time, oh, bro, I'm going to go play golf. All right, just call me when you get back.
Oh man, look, I don't even know if that's what that'll be, but I appreciate the thought. Hey, Kev, no, man, this has been a dope conversation, man. I'm happy that we had it, and I feel like if we had one more person on here, we would be going on about this for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and so I'm actually kind of glad that it was just us, because bro, you know me, man. I like to keep these episodes between 30 minutes and 60 minutes, and you start going too long, and then I'm like, hey. But anyway,
you're trying to cut us off. People are like, well, yeah, he'll do one of those. Well, and I'm like, but wait, but listen to this note.
Is that what I do? Because I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not, like, yo, man, that was good.
Yeah.
Well, let me let y'all off this phone real quick. Like, I'm holding you up.
No, but this was good, man, and it was just awesome, man, because we didn't change the time and everything, man. So this I think this was awesome, man. As always, man. Listen, I miss y'all, man.
It's 9:30 p.m.
I'm turned up now. I can go for another 30 minutes.
Look, what people don't realize is I really be asleep by 8 o'clock. Like, if you text me at 8:05, I'm knocked out. And so, like, for me to be up at 9:30, so then we're gonna get off here. I'm gonna edit this joint. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do all the stuff. I'm gonna upload it. Whoop, 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 whoop. And so, I love y'all. I love Josh. Love
so people, much love.
Kev, man, final words.
Final words, man. Listen, figure out what you love about yourself in self-care. What do you enjoy doing? Know that you work in seasons. Know that your family is in a season, but make sure you take time for yourself. Make sure your wife or your spouse takes time for herself, and make sure you guys take time for yourselves together as a family.
Mm-hmm. That's good, man. Did you think about that beforehand?
No.
Oh, okay.
I should have.
Yo, final word. Yo, TLCbrand.com, man. The brand for fathers, by fathers. Kevin got on a swag. I got on this hoodie. Y'all can't buy this. But, man, there are a ton of shirts. There are a ton of stickers, a ton of mugs, and a few hoodies. There's like a couple other hoodies out there, man. TLCbrand.com, man. The brand for fathers, by fathers. Use the code DADLIFE, DADLIFE. Get 20% off your first order. Until next week, y'all. Take care.